Alright, what's going on everyone? DominatorTx coming at ya. So, hopefully you saw my video where I got this bad boy. That's pretty awesome, right? So I wanted to show you, before I do any kind of gameplay, what he is all about. As you can imagine, he has no weak spots. Everything is a hot spot. So let me take that away. So first, the movement. I mean, literally, he feels like a guard. He feels like Dwyane Wade or T-Mac or Michael Jordan. Any one of those guys that... Okay, so there's a dunk. He's so tall. Okay, let's yeah, so let's see, let's do a couple of, like, you know, layup dunks or just, okay, some monster dunks. I think it's well worth it. I don't think I'm gonna bore any of you if I did this for 5 minutes, but I promise to. Let's see, and then let's see. Yep. Okay. The shoes, he can only wear Nike, and I had a Adidas shoes with 3-point shooter, which I was going to put on him, that I got for free from playing TT Triple Threat online last week. I got really lucky, but I'm going to wait until I have Magic Johnson, because I need Magic Johnson as my point guard. I mean, very nice Anthony Davis. I mean, he moves so fluid. It's just, for somebody his size, 6'10", 250 some pounds, this is unfair. So let's do some shootings. He came with 97 3-point shot, but then with the shoes, he's at 99. Well, technically 100 because it's +3. But anyway, I need Magic Johnson because he's 6'9" and is a true point guard, not like the glitched LeBron or Giannis. Nothing against them, they're just not my favorite for a point guard. And when they released the campus players, campus legends, and Magic Johnson, rightfully so, Michigan State versus Indiana State, 1979, I believe, the battle between the two would-be Hall of Fame legends, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. But anyway, so he's a Galaxy Opal. I believe he has 40 Hall of Fame badges, which is excellent. So I need him to be my starting point guard, and then Derrick Rose would be the backup point guard. And then Anthony Davis will be my power forward. And Dwight Howard, because Dwight Howard has 97 speed, will be my starting center. And then T-Mac, of course, at the small forward. And then Dwyane Wade with his 59 Hall of Fame badges to go with Anthony Davis's 57 Hall of Fame badges will be the starting shooting guard. And then Magic Johnson will be the starting point guard. And then my bench will be really good players, actually. We'll go through that in a minute. I mean, his release is really good. He doesn't have Hall of Fame quick draw, which, I mean, that's just no here nor there for me, if you ask me, but let's do, you know, I was playing somebody I have a couple of subscribers on YouTube that I guess they're what I call regulars, you know. I really appreciate their support. And one of them, I was playing MyTeam, just friendly, one morning, and he convinced me to turn on my shot meter because he said in MyTeam the shot meter doesn't help you if you turn it off. My player mode, he thought, yeah, definitely, but not in MyTeam. So I turned it back on, and I believe I'm making more shots because of it. So, and I am going to do a gameplay, obviously, and tag this video onto it. First, I'm going to do a triple threat online, and then I'm going to do unlimited. I would like to go 12-0, but if it looks like even with the best cards that I have and people are playing 2-3 zone against me on defense and 5 out on offense, and I just can't do anything against it because I don't know what the panacea is for cheese players like that. So, but anyway, I can tell you this guy, like I said, it's unfair to have somebody this big, this tall, be this agile, and I'm about to have 155 Hall of Fame badges in triple threat. So I'm going to stop it right here, and we will come back. Oh, hold on. There's one thing we can do. I like to do this just to see what the coach upgrades are. He's 99 everything so far. Oh, ball handle is at 90 and pass accuracy is at 95, 90, 95 pass IQ, hands 99. So essentially for anything, perimeter defense is at 97, which is not bad. Pick and roll. So basically everything's at 99. Except a few things. Speed with ball. Again, you know, as a power forward, that's okay. Strength is 99. Overall durability is only at 78. I don't know what that means. Of course, he's got A pluses across the board. Okay. Skills graph. Never seen. I've never clicked L2 or R2 on the screen. Tendencies. Okay. Oh, look at that. Pretty badges, huh? I guess I've never looked on here, but he's got 63 total badges. But I did a thing already on this, so. Game highs, career 59. Oh, look at that. These are, I guess, true in-game NBA stats. That's pretty cool. I didn't know this was here. I'm going to have to obliterate every single one of these things. Okay. Wear and tear. He's fresh. Shot chart season, hot zones. Okay, so I will stop it right there, and then I will do some gameplays and tag onto this. Okay, all right, peace. I think my God Squad right here, it's here to stay. You know, they have shoes and 5 attributes. But anyway, I will come back and keep you guys updated on my journey to 12-0. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, fellas? So this is my God Squad. I just got Galaxy Opal Anthony Davis today, and this is my first game trying to go 12-0 and unlimited. So what I'm doing right here, I put smother on and off ball, and then I have no help on screens, and then I don't run any plays because I figure my God Squad is enough to beat pretty much anybody at this point until they catch up to me in terms of what cards they have. It's brute force. Now, the only bad thing is if they're running, say, 2-3 zone on defense against me, or say 5 out on offense against my defense, then I typically don't win those games. The best I've done, if you've been keeping track of my YouTube channel, and thank you if you are, the best I've ever done in Unlimited is 10-2. And the 2 games I lost were very close. One of the games I feel like I should have won. But anyway, this is my attempt now that I have truly a God squad of the final card, Anthony Davis. There he is. I'm trying to see how he is in terms of being able to play in the post. Things didn't go so well there, but as you can see, he's a monster of a rebounder. Right next to my guy, Dwight Howard. He's just really good. So at the end of the day, this is what I would say. Anthony Davis, you saw the clip earlier in this video, him in the practice session, and he's just really good. And then the reason why I'm using Dwight Howard and not David Robinson is because Dwight Howard, with those Fear of God shoes that I put on him, he has 97 speed. So between Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard, I constantly have 2 big guys that are super fast. And today, for some odd reason, internet was lagging, so my shots weren't very good. Sorry about that. And then, of course, Dwight Howard's falling down to his knees, trying to make a layup. And the guy that I was playing, you could tell he's really good, even though his cards are not as, in terms of gem level, where my God squad is. But you could tell he's really a good player, and I sort of felt bad, as I often do when I run into people that don't have the cards that I have. But I'll be honest with you, that's sort of how I won domination, is by brute force against the CPU. I waited until I had really good cards, and then, I ran through 99 games in domination, made tons of tokens and tons of MT. People keep asking me on YouTube page, how do you get so many MTs? How do you get so many tokens? Well, you got to do everything the game gives you, every single player, and I've done everything. Spotlights 1 and 2, they give you tons of tokens and MT. I think MT was like 400,000. So you could buy a lot of cards with that, right? So anyway, with that said, I'm trying something new. Usually I play music through this, but I'm going to talk through it, and I'm going to, try something different. So Magic Johnson, I got him this morning. I got him for 500,000 MT with diamond contract and diamond shoes, 5 attributes. He's 6'9" as a point guard, true point guard. I did buy Giannis glitched. He's taller, but when I wasn't controlling him at point guard, he kept wanting to go to position 3 and position 4, and I just felt very unnatural with him. So I needed Magic, and thank God they released Campus Legends, and he's on my squad now. Very nice. See what I'm talking about? The guy is really good that I'm playing against. So he's up 13-6. I wasn't really worried because this happens a lot when I play online. And look at Magic. It just, I can tell you, I'm getting to a point where I'm good at reading defense. And if somebody's on one of my players without Hall of Fame clamp, then I just do what Magic Johnson just did, which is on Jamal Murray, who is an emerald. So this is where I start overpowering him. Nice little alley-oop. And as you can see, when I was going towards the right side with Ray Allen, that freed up a little space so that David Robinson could easily do a dunk alley-oop. So this is where my Galaxy Opal is just going to overpower this guy. I mean, Magic Johnson just running circles. Even though he didn't make it, he clearly got in there and was easily able to penetrate through the paint. I can sense, and that's another thing too, I don't like to record when I'm playing online because, you could tell you know, if they have a mic on, they can hear what I'm saying, and I think it's just kind of rude to talk to your player and, you know, put them on video without, you know, them knowing about it, I guess, and then talking about it. And plus, you don't want to give away some of your, you know, plays. So anyway, I don't talk and I don't listen, and I just figured out how to record over top of my video as I'm playing. So no more music, and I'm just going to do this from now on. It's going to take a little bit more time, if you will, because you figure these games are, you know, 20, 30 minutes long, and if I have to sit here and play for 20, 30 minutes and then to record for another 20, 30 minutes, it could take an hour just to do one video. But I'm going to try this one time, and then if I get views, you know, you guys please comment. Let me know if you liked it. If not, it's all good. So Zach LaVine, I can tell you, is one heck of a shooter when I play offline. But again, today there's some lag. I mean, when I'm playing Spotlight Sims on Hall of Fame difficulty, I'm greening threes. But, you know, that's offline, not online. There's no lag. So, but anyway, a lot of this is something that I just need to get used to. So here's the start of the second quarter, and my bench is in, and with my lineup, what I typically do, see Zach with his dunk, I'm telling you, and this is when I start putting on the afterburner and leaving my opponent in the dust. You know, I mean, just look at look, I have Derrick Rose, Zach LaVine, and I have Vince Carter. There's just no way he's going to be able to keep up, and that was a really good block, but you know, I think he's starting to feel a little bit of pressure coming on, because he could sense that I'm going to start doing things like that. And like I said, you have to know your opponents, and once you realize they don't have Hall of Fame clamps, or their speed, their defense, their gem level just isn't up to par with your player, you have to take advantage. I'm hoping, obviously, see that it's just really easy. Dwight Howard runs like a shooting guard, like I said, 97 speed, with the shoes that I have on him. But he came with 94. You know, when I collected all of the cards in that set and locked him in, I was very happy because he's so good. Here I'm just, you know, basically trying. Yeah, see, just. D Rose can dunk on people's heads all day long. So we finally tied it up, and I'm feeling pretty good. And here, you know, even if he takes the lead, I think you can clearly see the momentum is on my side. So he's back up by 2 points, but you know, you gotta. If you recall, in the beginning of the game, I was down by 7 points or so, and see D Rose, there's just no way that he can keep up, and he's lucky that wasn't a turnover. And fouling, I'll be honest with you, I think you can foul to kind of kill the momentum if your opponent is doing something really, really good and is on a shooting streak or whatever. Just foul or to take a timeout. But if you foul, at least you know each player has like 6-7 to give versus timeout, which is valuable at times. But I don't take timeouts, as you can see. You know, I have my players on 13, 14 minutes, all 13 of them, because again, this is a God squad. It's plug and play. Anybody can come in at any given time, and I feel pretty comfortable because I've been playing with them for quite some time, except the 2 new cards that I got today. Now, nice little, and with the foul too. So, and I love that animation that Vince Carter does, like he's riding a motorcycle. It looks like a Harley Davidson, if you ask me. Very nice release from the free throw line. Dwyane Wade, listen, the guy is just so good. He's so fast. And Anthony Davis, look at him. He just, he just like outrunning everybody. And he's 6'10" and 250 pounds. So very happy that he's part of my team now. My opponent looks demoralized. I thought at this point he would quit, but he does not. And we continue to play. Right now, I think one of the things that I have learned by playing, I would say I've played maybe 25 games in Unlimited online, and everybody plays off ball. I mean, everybody plays off ball. Now, like I said, the problem comes in when they're running 2-3 zone against me, because I don't know how to score, because my shooting from the outside isn't as good. But once I figure that out, then they're not going to be able to run 2-3 zone on me. Now, when they run 5 out against my defense, I do struggle, but I think I finally have perimeter defense where it needs to be, with Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame intimidator, and interceptors on pretty much all of my perimeter guys. I'm not going to be a pushover any longer. Now, I took that shot with Anthony Davis because if you watch my practice, I can green with Anthony Davis. But again, online timing, I need to work that out. With the shoes that I put on Anthony Davis, he is at 99 three-pointer now. He came with 97. And he can only wear he can only wear Nike shoes, which I wasn't aware of until, I tried to put on a Harden Adidas on him that I got for free a week and a half ago from Triple Threat Online. That was a huge win. So I still have that. It's the 5 attribute 3-point shooter James Harden Adidas shoes. You see, it just every single one of my guys can intercept basically. So it's real easy to just basically steal balls now. And I remember, and I would complain about this too, I remember when I would play people that seemingly, oh, look at that, flagrant one, but luckily that's the only one he got, and he didn't get kicked out of the game. But, I used to play guys that would steal everything, whether they were telegraphing my passes, what have you. I felt like I wasn't doing anything right. Every pass, they would intercept, but then I quickly realized they had players with Hall of Fame interceptor and quick reflexes or reflexes, lightning reflexes. Therefore, basically, they could steal everything. So I would say Scottie Pippen is one of my favorite players in the game, next to Galaxy Opals, Dwyane Wade, and Anthony Davis, because I spent all that time upgrading him. Of course, I could say the same thing about Isaiah Thomas, but Isaiah Thomas is no longer in my lineup because he is a liability because he's only 6 foot, 5'9" or whatever he is. Even though he's a Galaxy Opal, and even though they upgraded him to, I think 34 or so Hall of Fame badges, he just can't keep up with some of the newer players that are taller. And in this lineup, another thing I wanted to point out, I am going to substitute out. I'm going to run T-Mac at 2 and Scottie Pippen at 3 with Anthony Davis at 4 and then Dwight Howard at 5 at center and with Magic Johnson running point. Why? Because they're all going to be 6'8" or taller. I mean, imagine that. As much as I hate to bench Dwyane Wade, because I feel like he's a perennial starter on anybody's team, he's only 6'3", 6'4", so I want to run with 6'8" or taller players. I mean, just right here, you can see I'm just overwhelming him. My team is just too fast and too big, and it's a God squad. So, and look at that, nice little layup from Magic Johnson. I have the Pink Diamond 97 Magic Johnson from the Frostbite series. I guarantee you he would have missed that layup, but Galaxy Opal Magic Johnson does not disappoint. Now that's a nice little dunk from a diamond Michael Jordan. You know, and by the time I'm making, you know, as I'm making this particular recording, I had already played my second game in Unlimited, and that one, my opponent quit in the first quarter. I didn't get enough good, I guess, videos out of that. But, you know, I'm 2-0, and I'm going to try to go another 10 games in a row, either today, you know, part of tomorrow. We'll see. I'm hoping I'll run into people that see my squad and run the other way. You know, it really doesn't matter how you win, I guess, if they play and you beat them, or they think you're going to beat them, and whatever the case may be. As you can see, I like to overpower my opponents, and Tracy McGrady is super fast and he can dunk on people's heads. So I'm either going to get a dunk out of it or a foul. And oh, look at that! See, it's okay to foul like that, because you need to let your opponent know, you know, what the boss is. I do need to. Okay, there we go. And I think that Miami jersey, the reason why I have everybody wearing this awesome Miami jersey is because, you know, homage to Dwyane Wade. Because when I got him, I wanted my team to be his team, Miami Heat. Now that I have Anthony Davis, do I go to Pelicans or the Lakers? I don't know. Nice little alley-oop. That's very nice. Derrick Rose, I'm telling you, that legendary speed, 99, with and without ball and acceleration is just ridiculous. My only knock on Derrick Rose, obviously, is he's short, especially if you're going to run up against glitched LeBron or glitched Ben Simmons. He's going to potentially struggle, but, you know, he's still one of the best cards in the game. I highly recommend him. And, of course, you know, MJ, you can see he doesn't really score much because he really doesn't need to. But, you know, he fills a void rather nicely. I'm sure he's going to be a scoring threat for me eventually, but right now I have enough really good cards that I don't need to rely on Michael Jordan, because his release to me isn't as good as some of the other players that I have. So, and see, it just, you know, you just kind of get in the way, and because my players are so good, they get a steal from me. That's always nice. And then Pippen with a nice little alley-oop dunk. You can see, I'm just overwhelming him. I really thought he was going to quit right here, but, you know, obviously he doesn't. And I still have 6 more minutes of this video. I can see the timer. And I think, you know, when he dunks like that, I think he gave him a little bit of hope, or at least, you know, the desire to continue to play, which is fine. I can tell you I never quit, whether it's triple threat or whether it's rec at my player, because I also have a my player who is a superstar 1. I don't ever quit. I don't quit on Unlimited, whether I'm losing by 1,000 or losing by 1. I just feel like this game is meant to be either you win or you lose. And even if you're losing, you can at least learn some of the things you're doing wrong, or maybe some of the things you're doing right. I played this guy today on Triple Threat, 3 diamond players. He knows who he is. I don't have his permission to talk about him directly, but with 3 diamond players against my God squad of Anthony Davis, Dwyane Wade, and T-Mac, he beat me. And he didn't just beat me by a point or two. He beat me pretty badly because he made every shot. He made every 3-pointers, and he was just extremely good. So I think when I watched him play, I learned a few things, and now I'm going to apply that to my online games, and hopefully that will make me a better player. There it is, my first 3-pointer green, and it was from Zach LaVine, who has an awesome release, and it was with his Hall of Fame range extender a bomb of a three-pointer, but I was able to green it, thank goodness, and boom, we knew that was coming. I do really like David Robinson. I think he's a wonderful card. In comparison to Dwight Howard, however, Dwight Howard is more agile. You can tell when you're playing him, when you're moving your left analog stick, how responsive players are. Like, for example, I'm grinding Serge Ibaka to Galaxy Opal, and I'm halfway through the requirements, and he's very clunky compared to some of my other big guys. But there's one thing about Serge that is extremely valuable versus other cards that I have 2,900 cards, so I've played with a lot of different players. But one thing I can tell you about Serge is that if you're willing to be patient and without running a play, Serge is the only player that literally will go directly towards the basket, and he'll spin away, slippery off the ball, whatever you want to call it, and he's open. So I just take my shooting guard, point guard, whoever has the ball, wait patiently by the baseline until he makes his move, and I just do a quick pass, and he dunks. It's pretty incredible. I guess I just never noticed that with any other players, but Serge definitely has something special about him in that he seems to... So what I'm doing right here is running off the clock, and eventually he does quit. So I think what I'm going to do is end the video here and spare you guys of... Because I don't want to beat him too bad. There is sportsmanship that I believe in honor and integrity as much as you can, which is... so I don't want to beat him too badly, but this is my first game, and I'm 2-0 currently, and come back for more videos on my God Squad and my quest for Unlimited. Peace out.